It's another Cajun Classic Cars TV Spotlight, and we're proud to once again have William Johnson with Acadiana Gear Heads. It looks like you're doing your little morning walk, my friend.
Yeah, I'm out here at my I call it Johnson Ranch. We're out here, or I'm out here just getting a little bit of sun. I have an eye infection today, so I'm not going to be driving around. So I just enjoy the country setting that this place is, and that's pretty much what I'm doing today.
Okay, well, I'm glad you explained the eye infection because otherwise we thought you might be going for a blues singer look.
I'm not that cool.
Close enough, but not quite. So let's talk about. We're going to kind of call this kind of a year-end special for one of the most, I guess, active car clubs in the Bayou State, and that's Acadiana Gear Heads. Tell us some of the highlights, and then we'll have you talk about some of the regular stuff for folks that haven't experienced it yet. And I know you guys help charities out, so kind of give us a listing of what happened in 2025 and what you're looking forward to in the new year.
Okay, well, to start out, we have now exceeded 9,000 members in Acadiana Gearheads, and it's climbing. It's almost at 9,100 at this point in time. I've included a couple of new people as moderators. That would be April Duhon from the Ford Mustang Club, and Eddie Steers. He's a local guy here from a neighboring community. He's heavy into the car scene, mostly in Eunice, Louisiana. So I'm glad to include those people in our little community. So this year, as far as charities go, we've given already $4,500 to St. Jude's. And the fourth quarter goal was $1,500. We've already met that goal. And that happened recently at one of our events where we collected $700 in one day. So the fourth quarter donation level has already been reached. So by the end of the year, we will have accumulated $6,000 to give to St. Jude's. Now, in addition to that, this year, we have collected money for a group called Real Heroes. It's REEL. And this gentleman provides services for active duty, military, and those people that have been discharged. What he has is an offshore fishing rig, and he takes these gentlemen offshore at his own expense, and whatever they catch, they get to keep. And he provides this as a thank you to veterans here locally. Now, we've raised already $600. We just started this in June. We've raised already $600 and presented it to him to help offset some of his expenses. And he's very appreciated, very appreciative to this type of donation. Earlier this year, we did a blanket drive, and it was blankets for veterans. And we collected those in December of 24, but we distributed them in January of 25. We collected over 240 blankets, and they went to the refinery mission here in Opelousas. We also gave some to veterans. Of course, that's what it was all about. We also had a surplus, so we gave that to Catholic Charities, and that it turned out to be just in time because that was right before the 4-degree night that we had. And so people were lined up at Catholic Charities for blankets, and we were able to donate 60 of those blankets to Catholic Charities. So we did a lot of fundraising and community type work. Now, Acadiana Gearheads is not just about its members. Most of the members of Acadiana Gearheads are members of other car groups, which also do charity work, like Bayou State Corvette Club, Cruising Cajun Country in New Iberia. The Ford Mustang Club of Acadiana, they donated already $10,000 this year to different charities. So Acadiana Gearheads it's not only about us, these other people. I have to commend everybody who's a member of Acadiana Gearheads for being so generous. We are delighted to be able to contribute to that cause. Now, we did have two significant events, among other events this year. We had what's called now Gearheads and Coffee. We had one in December and we had one in June. The June situation, we had 120 cars show up. We raised money for St. Jude's and for Real Heroes. We also gave live donations to representatives of St. Jude's and Real Heroes. We did this again in December. And that day we raised $700 for St. Jude's, which put us over the goal for the fourth quarter. We also raised some more money for Real Heroes. And we presented live donations to representatives from those groups as well on this last Gearheads and Coffee. So we have plans to do 2 more in 2026. One will be in April and one will be in October at the Home Depot in Broussard. And again, it'll be Gearheads and Coffee. And we plan to do exactly what we did before. And we just hope that we have an even larger turnout. The parking lot at the Home Depot in Broussard will hold 200 cars. And our record so far is 120 cars. So we look forward to doing that. And of course, every weekend, we're going to have a cruise in somewhere. Like the first Saturday is always Pep Boys on Johnson Street. The first Sunday is always Pizza Village. And if you follow the Acadiana Gear Heads event page, you will always see our regularly scheduled once a month cruise ins on that event section. Now that's in addition to the regular shows like the Ford and Mustang show, Value State Corvette Club show, Cruising Cajun Country show, which is there's one called Sugar Daddy in New Iberia. And that was also an event where I gave out an Acadiana Gear Heads Favorite Award, which I've been fortunate to be able to do that at different events. I think I've handed out maybe 6 or 7 of those Acadiana Gear Heads Favorite Awards this past year. And in 2024, I think I distributed maybe 3 or 4. So it's that particular event or that particular idea is growing. One of the bigger shows is going to be in June. That's the Spring into Summer show in Eunice, where they're going to set a limit of, I think, 1989 and older cars for that event because it's so huge that it pretty much fills up the entire downtown. So that is going to be an event where Acadiana Gear Heads gives out a favorite award, and there's going to be other ones throughout the year. So we're looking forward to 2026 and what the good Lord will allow us to do. I'm just really excited about looking towards the future and what we are able to do. We're raising even more money for St. Jude's, for Real Heroes, and you never know what else we'll get involved with as far as charities go. So I'm just excited as I can be, looking forward to the future, what we'll be able to do to, accentuate the car community in our area. And I'm just as excited as possible to have 9,000 members. Possibly by the end of 2026, we'll have 10,000 members. We'll have to wait and see. But it's definitely by and large the largest Facebook group dedicated to Acadiana.
Definitely is. And I appreciate all your work, especially with the veterans and the kids of St. Jude. And I appreciate you talking with us today, kind of giving us a year-end update. Like we said, biggest car community in the state. And I prayers to you, and I hope those eyes heal up pretty soon, William.
Thanks for the prayers. I mean, we take for granted our eyesight, and then all of a sudden, something happens where, in my case, it's limited. My right eye is very blurry, but it's due to the fact that medicine they give you kind of does that. So it limits my vision, and it limits my availability to get in the car and drive. And, as a car guy, I love to drive. I gotta be behind the wheel at some point. But today is not that day. So I appreciate your prayers, and I hope that all the prayers will allow this to be a speedy recovery.
Amen to that. Well, have a great day, my friend.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate everything you do, and God bless.